1, 2, 3, fourth video! This is the fourth attempt at making this video. 4! I feel like, whoa, no, cancel. Sorry. I put my GPS is on my lap and I put my hand down and hit my GPS. I have made 4 attempts to record this video, this being number 4. Number 1 that I did, I was rambling, and so I stopped. Not to mention the fact that I was at where I was trying to get to, so I stopped then. Then number 2, what did I do for number 2? I got out, and I got out of the place, got in my car, and as I was trying to get onto the highway, I was having issues getting into my lane, so I was yelling. I was yelling at, well, not yelling, but I was barking at the people that were in the lane I was trying to get in, so I stopped there. Then I forget what the next one was in terms of why, but the last, no, that would have been the last one. No. Yeah, okay, yeah, I was, yes, okay. So, number 1 was going on a tangent and getting off topic and then just rambling and not wanting to record that. Number 2 was trying to change lanes and barking at the people in the lane next to me. Number 3 was rambling again, where I was on topic, but I didn't feel like I was expressing myself all that well, so I stopped.
Turn left on Blossom Hill Road.
Yes, left on Blossom Hill. So I stopped, and now I'm on this one. The video that I am so desperately trying to record is about my interaction with social justice. Social justice. Specifically, social justice warriors, as they're as they're titled. And my experience in subjecting myself to their media, to their written blogs and their videos and the like. The other thing that I was talking about that was interwoven, more like interspliced because it was sort of the beginning of it, and then I went off onto the social justice stuff, was just talking about my levels of frustration recently. Being frustrated with my job because of the fact that I'm working 20 hours a week, and the tickets that I'm getting are these random stupid things that I've got to drive 45 minutes out of my way for so that I can take 10 seconds to fix. Something that somebody else there could have done and not submitted a ticket, but instead they do, and I gotta drive to San Francisco so that I can do this. That kind of stuff. So, that's frustrating for me. Also frustrated at my attempt to try to lose weight. After almost 60 days now, I'm almost back to where I started. I weighed myself last night, it was 247. I get up in the morning, it's 245. Nothing's changed, but my weight just decides, you know what, I know that you lost 10 pounds, but that was a joke. So we're just gonna go back to what you were before. So what the fuck was the point of me trying to do something if it wasn't going to fucking, if it wasn't gonna, you know, come to fruition? If the efforts weren't going to actually have a result, what was the point? So, where am I? I'm in San Jose somewhere. That's where I'm at. So that was the other thing that I was frustrated about, was the fact that my, you know, not only am I going to jobs that literally
turn right on Santa Teresa Boulevard.
I don't need to be at. Shut up. Today, I went to, this happened yesterday too. I drove all the way out to San Jose because there's a hot swap, which is basically when a printer or a system that needs to be replaced has the replacement shipped in via UPS. I pull it out of the box, I set it up, I get it working, I put the old one in the box and ship that box back to the main office. Getting there and finding out the work's already been done. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, whatever it was, the last time that I went off, I drove all the way out there to find out that a district manager already was at the office and made the change and set everything up. Couldn't cancel the ticket, couldn't update anybody. I don't know. I got to drive out there, walk in, find out the work's been done, and leave. When I've got other things I could be doing, it's a waste of fucking time and it's frustrating. Today, I get to the location and the office manager pulled the printer out and set it up. Didn't set it up right, mind you, but set it up. So I had to, you know, I wish people wouldn't do that shit. Anyway, so there you go. That's my frustration. My frustration with work with people in California who can't drive.
In 0.3 miles,
And
turn right on Santa Teresa Boulevard.
turning right on Santa Teresa Boulevard, and then my weight situation, people can't drive and work. So, fuck. You know what? I'm gonna make number 5. I'm gonna make number 5 because I have to make a right-hand turn here. I'm almost where I'm at. So let me just go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 attempts at making this video. I'm not going to go over like I did the last 3 times, explaining what happened and why I recorded again. Instead, I'm just going to record as if nothing happened. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to, even though I've already told you what's going on, and that
Turn right onto California 85
and that I'm
North.
recording after recording after recording, but I'm not going to mention it. I'm just going to pretend that that never happened. So anyway, how are you all doing today? It is Wednesday. It is a little after 5:20, so about 1/3 after 5. And I am driving from San Jose to San Mateo. The other videos that I recorded, I was driving from Sunnyvale to San Jose, and then from San Jose to San Jose, and then from San Jose to San Jose, and then now from San Jose to San Mateo.
Rock 13 miles on California 85 North.
And I've got my beautiful driving assistant to give me information about what's going on. I'm going to try this yet again, because I've already said the same thing I'm about to say 4 other times. So, there are 2 things that I'm going to talk about. The primary thing, which is social justice warriors, and the secondary thing, which is coming first, my frustrations. I've been frustrated regularly for a while now, primarily because of work. The fact that I have to fight traffic for an hour to get to a location to spend 10 seconds in the store because whatever the issue was could have A, been resolved by somebody in the damn store themselves, or B, was resolved by somebody already and I was not informed. So I drove all the way out there for fucking nothing. Now, yes, I do get paid while I'm on the road. I do get paid to drive from point A to point B. But you sit in traffic an hour at a time, 4 times a day, and tell me that you're not frustrated for having to deal with the stupidity of sitting in traffic for no good reason. That's part of the frustration. The other part is California drivers. If you guys are familiar with California driving, and some of you are, then you know, and you know that these people don't understand what a blinker is. They've got no concept of what the fuck a blinker's for. If you ever watch car commercials, and you see a commercial that talks about a new model of car that comes out, and it says, and the California edition, contrary to popular belief, the California edition is not an emission standard. I know that that's what they tell you. I know that they tell you that the California edition is just a car that has the California emission standard implemented. But actually what it is it doesn't have a blinker. That's what the California version, the California edition is no blinker. Because they figure, hey, people in California don't use their fucking blinkers. Why take the extra money to add them to the car? Yes, you will have the little light panels on the outside of the car so that the police see them, but you're not actually going to, they don't do anything. They're window dressing. So anyway, that's the frustration part of my spiel today. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. I misspoke. The final thing that I'm frustrated about, drum roll, the fact that I wasted 2 months of my fucking time trying to use a dietary program to lose weight, only to gain it back for no good fucking reason. That's right. Look at that fucking... I weighed myself last night, 247 pounds. I weighed myself in the morning, 245 pounds. I was 252 2 months ago. at the entire goddamn thing. Why was I wasting my time? Why was I actually making an effort? Why was I cutting back on my intake in the hopes that the cutting back on the intake would affect my actual weight? Why? Why did I bother? Why did I waste my fucking time? It's just frustrating. And you're going to ask yourself, well, why? Why do you want to lose weight? Why are you trying to lose weight? I don't give a shit about the number. I could weigh 7,000 pounds. I wouldn't care. If I looked like I wanted to look. I have a bit of a belly. That bothers me. So I want to get rid of, that's all I want to do. I just want to get to the point where I can look at myself and not be disgusted by what I see. That's what I want to do. That's all. I'm not trying to do it because of the fact that it's the right thing to do. I'm not trying to do it because the glamour magazines say that I'm supposed to. I want to look at myself and have one less thing that I despise about me. That's what I want. That's the entire reason. You know, I have an extreme personality. I'm opinionated. I'm argumentative. I'm confrontational. I've got all kinds of stuff that equals negative in the spectrum of trying to pursue a relationship. Being honest is a bad thing. You have to lie and manipulate to maintain relationships. What do I mean? Well, let's say you wanted to go online and you wanted to try the online dating thing. Your profile can't be honest. It has to be obfuscated in some way. You've got to dilute who you are because you don't want to scare them off with honesty. People don't want to deal with a real person. They want a cartoon version of that person. That's what they want. If you're direct and upfront and specific and honest, you're wrong. And that's me. That's who I am to a T. I am direct and upfront and honest. So therefore, I have that huge negative against actually dating somebody. I cannot be me. I have to be someone else in order to entrap them and then slowly subject them to who I am over time. So by the time they're invested emotionally, they find out who I am and it might not be somebody that they like. But I'm supposed to trick them by lying to them. And yes, I've heard it's not lying. Oh yeah, it is lying. If you are not being honest, you are lying. It's a lie by omission, or it's a lie by a misstatement. It is a lie. It is a lie, pure and simple. So because of the fact that I cannot be me and have my personality and have me being who I am be grounds for getting into a relationship, I've got to remove every other negative that I can find in my person so that I have more of an opportunity. I need to be in Hollywood shape, and I need to wear better clothing, and I need to to lie in other ways to attract a mate. So that's the whole reason why I wanted to lose weight. That's it. That's in a nutshell. Because of the fact that being me is bad. So I've got to do as much as possible to get them in close enough so that being me isn't, it's the final straw rather than the only straw. So there you go. That's the stuff that I was frustrated with. Now, wow, 8.5 minutes in. So those of you that have watched my recent videos know that I've been talking about the fact that I've been watching feminist videos and reading feminist blogs, and more often than not, watching men's rights movements videos and blogs. Primarily because of the fact that I'm trying to understand what the men's rights movement is, what it entails, what its purpose, what it's trying to bring forth. And like any philosophy, if you dip yourself in it, it clouds your perspective. When somebody presents, a reasonable argument, and it sounds reasonable, you take that and say, okay, well, they said this and they compared it to that, and this was the outcome, so that makes sense. So you start looking at things with that filter. You start looking at the world with that filter. So to try to prevent me from just saying, okay, well, I've looked at the men's rights movements, their tenets and their statements, and they said all this stuff, and they brought forth all this stuff, and you know what? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, this is that, and this and this, and it leaves its impression. And to avoid that being the only thing, I've looked at, feminist stuff, and try to get the feminist perspective as well as my everyday perspective, which isn't men's rights activism perspective at all, actually. To try to find a balance. Well, if you look at any of those movements, they're going to lead you to other ones. There are people that are part of one movement that are part of other movements. So if you stumble across one of their posts or one of their blogs or vlogs or what have you, they're going to talk about those other things. And if you follow the line, you go, okay, well, he was talking about ageism. Let's see what they have to say about that. And you go over there. Okay, we were talking about fat shaming. Let's go over here. Oh, we're talking about transphobia. Let's go over here. And you look at all of this different stuff. Now, being exposed to this hasn't opened my eyes to new ideas in terms of, wow, I never knew that the transgendered communities are being assaulted and attacked and abused and whatnot.
1.5 miles. Take ramp. On right.
Shut up.
I-280 north.
Shut up.
Then keep left.
You know what? This is what we're going to do. We're going to mute you. Okay. Don't want to hear that. Like I said, it's not that I don't know this stuff. It's not like, oh my God, I never knew there were transgendered people and those transgendered people are being assaulted. I never knew that. That's never been a reality for me. I've always known that people of different races, of different ethnic backgrounds, of different religions, of different non-religious perspectives, of different sexual orientations, there's always going to be things that are considered not the norm, and those things are going to be assaulted or attacked. Now, the point that I'm trying to get to, that I haven't been very successful in getting out in the last 3 minutes, is that while reviewing this stuff, or while watching the videos, or while reading the blogs, there are people that are very strong. They feel very strongly about these issues because either A, they themselves are experiencing the prejudices and the bigotry and whatnot, or they have friends or family or relationship partners or what have you that do, and therefore it becomes a prevalent thing in their life. They want these hateful acts to stop, and they want these people to be treated fairly and equally. And so therefore they're out there marching and protesting and making their statements. So I get why people would be motivated in the way that they are. I understand why people would be angry, why people would be, indignant, why people would be, out there shaking their fist and signs and whatnot. The part that gets me is that anger, that indignance, that motivation for behavior, although necessary to an extent, is also a huge detraction from what they're trying to accomplish. What I mean is, in my experience in reading these blogs and looking at these videos and being exposed to this media, I have been indirectly attacked by these people. Now you're going to say, well, what do you mean? If it isn't obvious, I'm white, Caucasian, I'm a male, I have a penis, and I'm heterosexual. I am sexually attracted to people of the opposite sex. Those are the three big no-nos. Now, apparently, the ones that propagate the hate and the bigotry and the ignorance and all that stuff are mostly white heterosexual males. So these people that are trying to make their points and making their statements about the world around them and the oppression and the abuse and the neglect and the bigotry and all that they experience is being propagated by me. Not me personally, but the part of the demographic that I belong. Now, I've never, as I've said many times before, I've never abused, neglected, withheld, attacked, what have you. People of other ethnicities, of other sexual orientations. I've never done that, and I never will. I don't feel that that they don't deserve the same equal treatment, the same treatment as I do on an equal level, the same opportunities and stuff. I feel that they deserve all the opportunities that I apparently have. Yet, because I'm part of that demographic, I'm the one they're screaming at. I'm the one being told that I can't empathize, that I have no idea what these people have gone through, that yes, I am drinking the soda. Like I said, I'm frustrated with the fact that I ain't losing weight, so I decided to have a fucking soda today. Usually it's water. Today I'm having a fucking soda. I'm being told that I don't have the right to have an opinion, that I don't have the right to make a statement, that I don't have a right to say something because I'm a white heterosexual male, and that I couldn't understand the bigotry, I couldn't understand the racism, I couldn't understand the hatred that these people have experienced. Now, I know they're not talking to me. I know that these people aren't going, oh, RavenLaughs, yeah, that guy, specifically him, yeah. I know that's not the case. I know that. But being repeatedly told that because I fit a demographic, that I don't have the capacity to ... is the same ignorance that they're rebelling against. These people have no idea what the fuck I've been through in my life because they're not talking to me. But it seems to me that if you're actually trying to get people to support your cause, alienating a group of them is not the way to go. You want allies. You want people that you can have stand next to you and beside you and stand with you to carry the banners and to march the marches and to make the speeches. You want people of all groups to be a part of what you're trying to accomplish. But no. Not these groups. I'm not allowed to. Yes, oh, thank you. My thing's telling me that there's traffic. I can see there's traffic. That's wonderful that you actually took the time to inform me that the stuff that's right in front of me is right in front of me. It's fun to drive through traffic. So yeah, that's the frustration that I have with the social justice warrior movement. And it's caused me to not want to investigate any further. I'm not interested in partaking of the information. I don't feel that I have all the information I need. I don't feel that I'm fully educated on the issues. I don't feel that I've gotten the fullest spectrum of what is out there and what isn't, what is bigotry, what isn't, what is hatred, what isn't. I don't feel that I've achieved that. But I also don't feel that I want to anymore. Because when I go and I explore this stuff, and the problem is, and here's another thing. If you talk to people of these groups, you know, you're going to talk to them and they're going, well, those people are extremists. Those people are, the ones that you're talking about, the ones that scream, you know, die hetero scum and die cis scum and yes, die cis, C-I-S, cis, as in cisgendered. That's actually a term. These are actual phrases that they shout, and they hold up signs and make websites for and stuff. It's hatred, basically, is what it is. After being exposed to that stuff and having, oh, you know, the people that say that stuff, they're extremists. They're not actually the representatives of our movement, our philosophy, our effort. They are just people that are taking what we have to say and bending it for their own personal gain or their own whatever. And my response is always the same. Those are the people that are being heard. Those are the people that make the most noise are the ones that are being heard, are the ones that do represent your group, because of the fact that they're the ones that are making the most stink. Being level-headed and being, open-minded and being willing to communicate with others doesn't shake the boat, doesn't make waves, doesn't get attention. I'm not going to tell you how many times I've attempted to make this video. I will tell you it's more than 3. A couple more than 3, actually. It is Wednesday. It is now almost 6. When I started this off, it was Wednesday and it was almost 2, I think. So that should give you an idea of how long I've been out on the road and the amount of time that has passed between the initial recording and now. There's initial again, yay. My original design for making this video was I was going to talk about my conclusion with investigating feminism and masculinism, or male rights movements, male rights movement, and all the other groups that are lumped in with that. Just I'll just give you the Cliff Notes version. I've decided, through my experience in watching videos and reading blogs and going to websites and whatnot, that I'm no longer interested in investigating the movements out there. I don't want to be involved in any magnitude with any social justice movement. And the reason why that is, I don't know why my thing is doing that. The reason why that is because of the fact that I don't feel like being attacked anymore. Now, I was not personally attacked. I was not directly attacked. People have not sent me threats. I have not received any sort of harassment personally. However, in investigating the different social justice groups out there, it has been made abundantly clear that the world's ills are the fault of my demographic. And rather than these groups approaching the issue with open arms and an open mind, they constantly reaffirm that the world would be a better place if it wasn't for straight white males. And while I understand that a majority of the issues that were caused in the past, or what set the template for the events that have occurred up until today, were established by primarily heterosexual Caucasian males, that the world we live in is better suited by making friends and creating alliances rather than alienating and accusing and abusing each other. I no longer have any interest in the idea of investigating these movements. I know what I do in my life. I know that I don't prejudge based on sex, or based on race, or based on sexual orientation, or sexual alignment, or sexual preference, or what have you. I don't do that. I don't exclude people based on anything other than who they are. If you're an asshole, I'm going to think you're an asshole. If you're not an asshole, I'm not going to think that you're an asshole. It's really just that simple. And I'm going to stick with that. You know, I no longer have any desire to learn because I don't feel that the environments that I have available to me are healthy learning environments. I don't feel that being told that I don't have a right to have a say, or I can't understand, or I don't know what it's like, based solely on the fact that I'm a white heterosexual male. I feel that that's enough to alienate me from the desire to want to be more active or involved. I've lived a life that has been one of oppression, that's been one of assault and violence and rejection and abuse and a couple other things. I've had those experiences. Not once, not kinda, for more than, I'd say probably 3/4 of my life, I've had those experiences. And I know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of those things. And I am a white, straight male. So that's basically what it comes down to, man. It's just that I'm no longer interested in pursuing. Now, not that I'm not acknowledging, not that I don't, you know, not that I won't continue to live my life in a manner that presents efforts to try and equalize the playing field. I will cast my vote to make changes for the better. I will petition, and I will march, and I will picket as I would before I started this process, and I will continue to live my life as a good person. Because that's who I am. But I will not pursue the experience of being exposed to these other groups any further. Hey everybody, I am currently in between San Mateo and, well, let's see, yeah, San Mateo, is that right? San Carlos. I'm between San Carlos and San Mateo. If you know anything about the Bay Area, if you know anything about the peninsula, you'll know exactly what that means as far as distance goes. Going from San Carlos to San Mateo without traffic shouldn't take me more than maybe 10 minutes doing 65 on 101. However, 10 minutes has passed and I'm still in San Carlos. It's rush hour because it's 6 o'clock, so it's right in the middle of the rush hour rush. Starts, well, that's not true. It's getting towards the end because it starts around 3-ish, 3:30 is when people start getting out of work and getting on the highway, and then it just builds up from there. Shut up. That's my GPS. So I have made this video numerous times today, and I have stopped recording each time for different reasons, some for the same. I stopped once because I was trying to get over in traffic and they wouldn't let me, so I got frustrated and was yelling at the fellow drivers. I stopped once. I stopped several times because in the middle of what I was saying, I felt that I had either not expressed myself cleanly, or I was babbling to a point where I was uncomfortable with it, or I just didn't like what I had to say, so I stopped. The subject matter of the multiple recording attempts was two things. One, personal frustrations that I've been feeling recently, and two, espousing more on the whole social justice investigation and investigating social justice warriors and their movements and the like. So the stuff that I've been frustrated about primarily has been work related. Just to give you an example of what I mean by that, today, as an example, today, I had several tickets in San Jose, so I had to drive through traffic to get to San Jose, so that I could arrive at the location to either A, do something that somebody else could have done without me being called out, that wasn't technical, or B, come to find out that it was already taken care of. They submitted a ticket, and then I took care of it and didn't even bother contacting the dispatch to let them know that the issue had been resolved. So wasted my time. I got to sit in traffic to get all the way out there to find out there was no reason for me to have sat in traffic to begin with. Now, yes, I am getting paid to sit in my car. However, I want you to tell me when you're coming home from work and you get home after sitting in traffic for an hour and a half, how happy you are to do that. Now, do that 4 or 5 times a day. And I'm not talking about, you do it in the morning and then 8 hours later you do it again. No, you get in traffic, you drive for an hour, you get to a location, you're there for 5 minutes, you get back in your car, you get back in traffic, you drive for an hour, you get there, you're there for 3 minutes, you get back in your car. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, frustration with work because of that, frustration with traffic, people in California that don't know how to drive. I mean, I don't know how many times I've made the point of that people in California apparently don't know what their blinker is for. Ask anybody that's driven in the Bay Area. Anybody who lives here, and I'll tell you that people around here don't know how to use their fucking turn signals. And finally, frustration with the whole dieting thing. I know I've said it several times, I've been doing this and it's slowing down and whatnot, but I checked my weight the other night and it was 247. And then I got up the next day and my weight was 245. And I hadn't changed anything. I hadn't changed the process of the 1,600 calories or whatnot. I continued to do what it told me to, and my weight continued to increase regardless of that. So for 2 months, I started off weighing 252 pounds. 2 months later, I weighed 247 pounds. Why did I waste my time? Why did I make the effort to make myself uncomfortable and try to learn to eat better, only to have it be an unsuccessful circumstance? What was the point of the entire thing? So that was frustrating for me. Now, some of you have asked, well, why do I want to lose weight? What's the motivation for me? And to be honest, the number doesn't matter to me. I don't care if I don't care if my scale said that I weighed 4,000 pounds. I honestly don't. It's not the weight that I'm concerned with. It's the stomach. I've got a bit of a little. I've got enough of a stomach on me that it makes me uncomfortable. Got an email about yet another one of these issues. I don't have, bulbous. I'm not Santa Claus, but the main reason why I want to just not have the stomach, I don't have to have a 6-pack. I don't have to be Mr. fucking, GQ model. Although it seems that what I see, what I observe, is that the people that are more successful in getting in relationships are people that are thinner. That's what I see. And that's the motivation, man. That's the whole thing. You're going to say, well, you mean to tell me that the entire reason that you are trying to lose this weight is because of relationship stuff? Well, let me tell you something. Okay? Being me, I have my attitude, my opinionated nature, my confrontational self. These are not things that build to something that's attractive to people. Okay? You are supposed to lie to establish relationships. You're supposed to lie. Go online, go onto a dating website, fill out the profile, and I challenge you to be honest. Honest, not public honest, not social honest. Honest. I am an honest person. I am open about being truthful about stuff. That is bad. Because it's too negative, it's too real, it's too blunt. That's what I'm told constantly. You know. So I'm supposed to soften it down. I'm supposed to lie. And yes, I've heard the arguments, it's not lying. Yes, it's lying. It's lying by omission. If you don't say that stuff, you're lying. Well, you don't have to say that stuff. Yeah, you do. This is who you are. This is the person that you are. Being in a relationship with somebody who isn't who they are is a lie. It's a lie. It's a straight up lie. Well, you pretend to be somebody, and then after you get them hooked and they're invested, then you let yourself out slowly. So you lie to them up front, and then you expose them to the truth over time, and if they don't like it, the relationship falls apart. There might be aspects to yourself that this other person's not comfortable with, but they're already invested in you, so they have to deal with that shit. Bait and switch. It's a lie. It has always, and I have had this conversation with I don't know how many people. No, it's not lying. Yes, it is. It's completely lying. You are omitting facts to bring about a conclusion. You're a good person. And you're a good person because you like cats. Oh, well, you're also opinionated and blunt and direct and have low tolerance for ignorance. Yeah, well, no. You like cats. That's the whole encompassing part of you. That other stuff, that you push that in the closet. No. And that's the reason why. That's the reason why I want to get into a state of being thinner. So there's one less detraction from being me. I'm not allowed to be who I am. I'm not allowed to be me. I'm not allowed to be honest about being who I am, because apparently who I am is a horrible person. Horrible person. Horrible, disgusting, vulgar, violent, I'm an abomination of a man. And so because of this, I have to use every trick up my sleeve to mislead somebody, so that they can get invested, and then I can manipulate the situation to get them hooked, so that they can be a part of my life after they find out who I am, and either grow a tolerance to it, or just learn to accept it but not like it really. So that's the truth. That's the 100% truth. That's the reason why this whole needing to lose weight thing is even prevalent in my life. One less thing for people to despise about me, so that I can actually get into a relationship with somebody. What the fuck? I just got another email about the exact same issue I got an email about before. It's where I'm going right now. They have a printer that needs to be fixed. They sent the ticket last night, and they want to know why it hasn't been repaired, even though it's a P4 ticket, which means it's priority 4, which means it's not office. It doesn't stop the office from functioning. I can get there when I get there, but they have to send out 17 emails about it, wondering why I'm not there yet. Woo, motorcycle people, woo! So yeah, there you go. That's what it comes down to, and whatnot. I think I might have touched on the other subject that I was going to talk about. If I didn't, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. This is like the 976th time I've tried to fucking record this video. So I think I'm just going to stop here. You know, been told that I'm not happy as a person. And it makes other people feel better because they know that their lives are better than mine. I'm glad that my life does something in this world for somebody else, you know. It's always good to be a giver. All right, well, that's pretty much it. I'm done rambling, so I'm going to stop now. Have a good day.